guys, this is Tracy from K9 Rules Training Camp. It's really hot outside, so I've started doing a nice cool treat for the dogs. Here you'll see I've got a Kong that I've already stuffed, and I want to show you a little bit about what it is that I put in it. So there's the stuffing, there's the medium-sized Kong. I take a little bit of yogurt. Typically I use a Greek yogurt and a plain one, maybe a vanilla one. What's really important though is take a look at the ingredient list and make sure that it does not have xylitol in it. Xylitol is commonly being put in foods right now, and it's a sweetener, so it will replace some of the sugar that's in things. So if you see things that are lower sugar or maybe even fat-free, a lot of times they've got xylitol in it, so check it because it'll kill a dog very quickly. I was just at a seminar about that the other night. So Greek yogurt. Then I also take peanut butter. Again, they're putting a lot of xylitol in peanut butter, so make sure and check your ingredient list to make sure it's not in there. I happen to use Trader Joe's organic. It's, you know, a little gooey like organics are, but once you get it stirred up and it's been in the fridge a little bit, it thickens up some. And I use, in this case, I've got a crunchy one. Some people use crunchy, some use creamy. I don't think it really matters as long as your dog doesn't have a peanut allergy, then you're fine. And then blueberries. You can use fresh ones if they're in season and nice and cheap, and you can buy them oftentimes, you know, 2 for whatever at the store, but if it's a more expensive time of the year, then just pick up a bag of frozen blueberries. They're great and will work as well. So I've already mixed up a little bit of it here. What I do is just take a little bit of yogurt, mix it in there, then I put a little bit of the peanut butter, put that in there, and then sprinkle in a few blueberries. And then just stir it up until it gets to be a nice consistency where you're going to be able to mix everything up, and then, but yet not thick enough that you can't stuff it into the bottom of a Kong. And you can kind of keep adding your ingredients. There's no real magical recipe for it. Just keep stirring it up until it's the right consistency. So as I said, you can see here on the end, you can see the yogurt mixture that I have in here. The yogurt's really good for dogs because it's got a probiotic in it, so it's real good for their stomach and for their system. Blueberries are a superfood for dogs, and then of course peanut butter dogs love. So I already have 2 little Kongs here that I have stuffed with some kibble. So we'll do this one. I just put kibble in here. Get it about halfway full, something like that. And then we'll scoop the mixture. Take a little bit for these little Kongs. It's a little more challenging to get it in the hole, but just swipe it in there and pack it in. Then if I need to scoop a little bit more in it, pack it in until it feels like it's fairly firm. Then I'll just take off the residue and clean it up a tad bit. Doesn't really matter, the dog doesn't care how clean it is. And then I'll put it to the side, and then I'll go on and do the same thing with the other 2 that I have. Then I put them on a paper towel and I just stick them in the freezer so they get nice and cold. It firms them up a little bit. The dogs enjoy the cold treat, and it cools them off after a day outside playing, and then they can lick off the yogurt, get to their kibble, and enjoy it. It makes a nice long-lasting treat for the dog. So give it a shot with your dog. Hope they like it. It's a really easy thing to do, and it makes a big difference with your dog. Keeps them real nice and quiet in the crate.